Hey, I'm gonna be bringing you a team deathmatch on the map Downpour. Actually, really cool map. My first time playing on it. In Modern Warfare Remaster. I'm ShareTV Gamer, and today I want to do commentary on the N64, Nintendo 64. Earlier today, I downloaded Banjo-Kazooie for the Xbox because I just got my Xbox back, and I wanted to just do a quick memory lane video of the N64. I didn't know that I wanted the N64 until it just showed up at my uncle's house. He was playing Super Smash Brothers, and I was just like, I want this. Whatever this is, I want it. I didn't really have my mind wrapped around Nintendo, Sony, and Sega all trying to come out with a console. It didn't like play in my head. I knew that there was games coming out, and I knew that I could play them if my uncle or I owned them. And I sat in front of the TV when Super Smash Brothers came to his where he used to live. When he got it, which was a big ordeal because my uncle really wanted it, and I asked my grandma over and over again, his mom, over and over again, I really want it, and it showed up, and it had Super Smash Brothers and this wrestling game. I don't really remember that wrestling game. I have it somewhere because I ended up owning his N64 because of a bet. Like, he was like, if you can find it, he had it somewhere stored. If you can find it, I'll let you have it. But there's no way you're gonna find it because I can't find it. And boom, in 2 minutes, I was like, it's right here. Because I knew where it was. So he let me borrow it, quote unquote, because it was his system and he didn't actually think I would find it, he said. But he ended up letting me have it anyway. And I remember the reason why I wanted to play the N64 was just because I wanted to get all the characters in Super Smash Brothers, and there was this rumor where you can get like Master Hand and Crazy Hand, and you can get Goku and Gohan. There was all this crazy stuff going on at school, and I just wanted to be a part of it, so I got really good at Super Smash Brothers with Yoshi and Jigglypuff, any of these characters that are really hard to control, really weak. I ended up getting really good with these characters, and that's what I did every time I spent the night at my grandparents', which was growing up every other weekend. And I remember bringing that home and playing that Super Smash Brothers game, and my mom had a daycare, and I would have the 30-year-olds and 40-year-olds just party up with me and play Smash in my room. And it was one of the coolest things ever. I had a computer that was able to take in video input, so I used it as a TV. It was for school, but I was only in like 3rd grade, or 4th grade, I don't need this as like my computer workspace. Like, I just used it for a TV. And it was great because I used to use the PS2 and watch movies in my room. But when I got that system and I met my best friend Matthew Stone, that was when I slept over his house and he offered me his Majora's Mask game. And it ended up being haunted, and I wrote Ben Drowned. And it was a crazy experience. No, he let me have it though, and it needed an expansion pack that I had to somehow find. And I was at the last months of the N64 span of living, whatever. I needed the expansion pack, got the expansion pack at some weird GameStop place that's GameStop now, but it wasn't then, and it might have been Play and Trade, or it could have been like Rhino Gaming Spot. I don't know, but that place has changed over and over again over these years, and they had one. It was like $25, and my dad was just like, I don't understand the big deal. And I'm like, Dad, look, I need you to get this for me, because he's like, okay, I get it, I'll get it. But I was like, Dad, it's a 3D Zelda game. I never played it. Like, I remember watching my Uncle Mark play Ocarina of Time, and I was like, I never got to play. He wouldn't let me because it was, quote, too hard for me. And every time I went over someone's house, this guy's house, his name was Matt, not my best friend Matt, another guy that was next door to my grandparents' house. His brother, I think his brother's name was like Spencer or something, or Jay, I don't know. But his older brother would be like, no, he only gets to watch you play Banjo-Kazooie. Zelda is too scary and too violent. And I was like, come on, I just want to play. And I would watch him, but I was never able to play. And anytime his mom or brother was home, they would be like, hey, you put DK64 in there, or Super Mario 64, or Banjo-Kazooie, or Kooie. We don't want him watching Zelda. And I was like, oh my god, like, I don't know why I didn't speak up. I just kind of let them do that. I guess I was just like, I don't know these people. I'm just here because I had the choice to walk inside this house, by the way. That was a thing. It was like one of those times in my life where it was safe to just walk in someone's house, like some RPG. Now you do that and it's like, yeah, you're gonna get in trouble. But kids used to do that in the neighborhood all the time. The neighborhood I was in was a safe place. Everyone knew everybody. So it was common. Everyone knew me, because my grandparents in that neighborhood knew everyone. So my grandparents would call someone and be like, hey, he's coming over, and they're like, okay, that's fine. So I was a polite kid back then, but I finally got the expansion pack, put it in, and that's when I really liked the N64 to the point where it became my favorite console. I played Majora's Mask. It had my friend's old file on it before he drowned. Just kidding. And it was the best time of my life. And I remember making my own box for my Majora's Mask game because I only had the cartridge. So I got a VHS box and I decorated it, I made an instruction booklet with all the songs in it. And I just loved it. I drew Link and the Majora's Mask on it, and that actually helped me, like I don't know, I still play that game. I still haven't beaten it, but I play that game hundreds of times, just walking around, doing little things here and there, and sometimes, like, I'll just play Majora's Mask for, like, 2 weeks straight, not play anything else, and I ended up falling in love with all these games. I started to, when I got older, when I hit like 23, I was able to buy Super Mario 64 and, you know, like all the classics on there. I don't have much time left, but all the classics, that became my thing. If there was one thing I love about the N64 the most, it's seriously the protagonist in all those games. All these characters just, like, they were all fleshed out cool and fun. All these platformers and all these, like, shooters, and it was just fun. GoldenEye to fighting games like Smash or this Doodle fighting game to RPGs. It was a great console, and I was really late to it, and I'm still catching up. Let me know what your favorite N64 game is in the comments, your top 3, if you can't decide. Just let me know. I'm SWORDTV Gamer. Stay strong, stay healthy, stay happy, and play some N64 today. Do it for me. If you got one, pull out a game and play it, okay? Do it for me.